All right, welcome back, good people. This final video today is going to be on some questions to ask yourself before you break up from a relationship. When I read that topic, it really kind of threw me off because, in my mindset, when you're breaking up, you're just mad. You don't really ask a lot of questions. You just like trying to force your issue, or you're trying to get out, trying to get away. But I guess when you think about it, when you get by yourself, you kind of ask yourself these questions. And these are some questions that I hadn't thought about. So I said, you know what, I want to share these with my audience because my audience is a well-rounded audience, and the people that I share information with, they have a higher intellect than the average people, right? You, us, yes. We have a higher intellect because you're listening to people like myself, right? You don't have to be listening to me, but you're taking the time out of your busy schedule to gain some information from a person who you may or may not know yet, right? So I thank you for that. Now remember, don't forget to like these videos, share these videos, and my objective, again, is to help you to identify what it is you want to do with your short life. Because life is short, right? Now, when I say what you want to do with it, I'm not talking about work for a living. I'm talking about create your own business. My system teaches you how to start your own business. Now, imagine yourself with your own business. What type of business would you like to have? Now, most people who think about a business think about a service business, like a tire changing business or maybe a grocery store, something that provides a service. But in the information age, information is also a product that generates income, and value comes from the products that you create based on your knowledge of something, right? People want value. They will pay for value. If I want to get from step A to step C, and you can show me how to do that in, let's say, 30 days, but if I do it myself through studying and watching videos and this and that, and it's going to take me 3 years, I'm going to take the 30-day route. I may have to pay a few dollars, but I'm going to take the 30-day route. It only makes sense, right? I'm not going to be trying to do the long haul when I don't have to. So that's how you get smarter and better in business, is when you learn to outsource something that would normally take you a long time to do. Because first of all, you have to learn how to do it, then apply what you've learned, versus someone else doing it for you and you just paying them a fee. Right? That makes it so much easier, and you're probably getting a better result because they know that world, right? Just like what I try to get you to understand about when you're creating videos or audios or blogs or whatever it is that you're going to be talking about. That's your world. That is your world. You are responsible for the information you put out. You need to make certain that it's as accurate as possible. And that's not difficult. It's just, I think what most people have the biggest problem with is time management, right? They let the world overwhelm them with a busy schedule, right? And most of that has to do with you enjoying too much of your time. And I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your time, but there is a quote that goes something like, I'm doing things today that other people won't, so that I can have things later that other people can't, right? So when you think about that, you got to put in some work. You got to put in some work doing something. In other words, you got to run faster than everybody else, and then you'll be way ahead of everybody else, right? So, but if you're just barely moving, you're going to either be behind or you're going to be, with other people that are just barely moving. And, when you get to where you need to make a decision about some real life things, if you don't have the resources or you don't have yourself positioned to where you can withstand some things that life has to throw at you, right? Then we have issues. We have problems. So you want to try to overcome that. You want to try to get past that as quick as possible in life. Because you want to live a long and healthy and prosperous life. You really do. But you really can't do that depending on someone else. You can't do that. because someone else will let you down from time to time. And if you have all your eggs in one proverbial basket, the only thing has to happen is that basket goes bad, and you are in trouble, right? You have issues. It's like one more quick story. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about being able to adjust. Now, I've been on my job for a long period of time, over 30 years, right? Plus, and one of my partners, the longest he's ever been on a job is like 5 years, but he's always working. So he would be able to handle a layoff or a firing a lot easier than I would, because I don't know that world, right? And I don't want to know that world. I want to do things on my terms, right? I want to start and stop when I want to. I don't want you stopping me, and I don't want you starting me, right? But the only way you can do that is to have your own. You have to have your own. You can't be relying on others, right? And it's getting worse. I know you can see it. It's getting worse in life. We're not able to make the moves that we were able to make, 10, 15 years ago, because technology has inundated a whole new world. It has, sped up the world. Everybody's so fast paced. Everybody's so into the computers and the technology that's involved. And as soon as one thing comes out, another thing comes out, and we want the next item, And did you ever think you'd pay $700 or $800 for a phone, or $1,000 for a phone? I did. I certainly did. And to this day, I try to hold on to the phones that I get as long as possible. I have like a Galaxy 6, and there's a Galaxy 35 out, but I still want my Galaxy 6 because, hey, I just don't believe in spending that kind of money on something that, I can get the same service without that. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, so again, the title of this short video, if you will, some questions to ask yourself before you break up with someone. Number one, what initially attracted me to my partner? What was that? What made me want to get? Was it she just sexy as? What was? Did she have money? What made me want to be with her? All right. Number two, what are my priorities? You have to ask yourself that. Number three, what are my deal breakers? Is cheating a deal breaker for you? Cheating is not always a deal breaker for people, especially if the person who cheated pays the bills. That's why you have to be, you have to go in with your eyes open a lot of times. Okay, number four, do I feel loved? Do you feel loved? Number five, do I have the grass is greener syndrome? In other words, do I think it's better over there than over here? Number six, do we have communication problems? Because communication is major. If you can talk about it, you can talk through it, you can get over it. If you care about each other. But you got to care about each other. And you really got to watch, just my opinion. Like I said, I'm not an expert on relationships, but I like to hear about relationships. And people come to me all the time with relationship issues. And maybe because I'm not in a relationship, but, I just give my advice. And I don't say take it. I just give it. All right, number seven. Do I need to work on myself? Yes, we all do. Number eight. Am I happy? Oh, that's a question you have to ask yourself. Because if you're happy, why would you want to leave a relationship? Oh, yeah, if they're on drugs or something like that. But that wouldn't make you happy, would it? If they're on drugs, how are you happy? Well, they do everything else. They just have that habit. No. There's a problem. That's called a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Number nine. Why do I want to break up with this person? You have to ask yourself these questions now. Number 10. Is there a way to work out the issues in the relationship? Because if there's a way to work it out, and you really care about that person and they really care about you, I say work it out. Because, it's hard finding relationships, especially if, you really care about somebody and they care about you. Number 11. Will I regret the decision? What? To stay or to go? Number 12. What will life be like post-breakup? Number 13. How should I do it? Are we getting a little conniving, a little creative, right? All right, number 14. Should I leave the door open for getting back together in the future? Number 15. What have I learned from this relationship? Number 16. Are we still growing? Number 17. Do you love me? Number 18. Is there anything I can be doing differently? Number 19. Are your friends encouraging you to end the relationship? Number 19. Do you wonder about what else is out there? Out there being single in the single world, right? Next, number 21. The cons outweigh the pros. When the cons outweigh the pros, let me say this about relationships. Really, I believe this to be honest truth. When the cons outweigh the pros, the person who is feeling that has already started to leave. Because we can't keep doing that. It can't be that way. Relationships can't be where there's more negative than good, and we're happy with that, right? Number 22, are you lying to yourself that everything is okay, everything will be okay, we just need to keep doing this, everything will be fine? No, you gotta be lying to yourself. Number 23, do I feel happy or upset the majority of time? Great indicator. Great indicator. Do you hate going home? If you're in a relationship and you hate going home, red flag, you have to know that's not good, right? You gotta know that. Number 25, do we share the same passions and goals for the future? 26, are we fighting more than we're laughing? 27, do I really love him or her or just the person I want them to be? Ooh, that's a little curveball there. 28, would I regret it later if I didn't end the relationship today? Gotta know. 29, would my life be better without them in the picture? And finally, number 30, why do I want to break up with this person? Why do I want to break up with that person? That's right, that was a question I answered earlier, wasn't it? You have to know that, because if you don't know why you want to break up with that person, why would you be breaking up with that person? It has to be something within you. If they're not doing anything wrong, but you don't want to be there, that's got to be within you, right? If they're not cheating, hoarding the money, or if they're sharing and being courteous, not being offensive or abusive or anything like that. And I know sometimes people outgrow one another. I know that happens. I know sometimes you actually wake up and say, wait a minute, how did I get in this relationship, right? Relationships, again, are difficult. You got to make that decision. You got to make that call. All right, on this week's videos, again, my point at the end of this video that I want you to take away is this. You can do this. You can do this in your niche. Whatever you want to talk about, just try it. Just try 3 videos. Come to me and talk to me if you need help. You know where I am, right? I can walk you down that path. I can have you looking professional, and I can have you generating income from what you're doing, if that's what you're seeking, right? But you have to be willing to make the adjustment, because it's not like, okay, I'm gonna do this for a couple of weeks. Nope, it's not like that. That's why it's important that you identify what you want to be learning about long term. When I say long term, it might take you 5 years. Where are you gonna be 5 years from now anyway? If you're not doing anything, you're gonna be in the same place, if that same place is there. I told you, jobs are playing out. And think about this. What if they just cut your pay in half today? What if they just came to your job tomorrow and said, look, we're having to downsize, and the only way we can avoid downsize is to cut everybody's pay in half? Would you still stay? You wouldn't have a choice, right? With this system, you have a choice. But you have a choice way in advance. You can start generating a little money on the side, gaining a whole lot of knowledge, meeting some good people, doing your thing, creating your world. So they cut your pay, or they end the job, you'll be all right. Think about that. My name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry. I have a new blog called speakwithlarry.blog. Check it out. Got a new, not a new website, but I change my website up every now and then. I created my own website. Actually, I built it from scratch a long time ago, and I'm pretty good at that now. So we don't want to go into that too much, but I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next video.